I was always interested in photography. I think that I got that from my granddad. He was in the Royal Air Force and during World War II, and he was always into photography. He had an old box Brownie he used to take around with him wherever he went, and we've got loads of black and white photos of when he was in the RAF, when he was like playing darts with his mates and whatever. He took it with him when he went over to Dunkirk. He got missing action for 6 weeks. We haven't got any photos of him then, but we got like postcards, and I think I picked that up from him. He used to do wedding photos when he came out of the RAF, and he was the first person that took a photo of me when I was born. He rushed to his car and got his camera, and he took a photo of me in the incubator. I love being in the natural world. It, when I was a child, I lived in Selborne Gardens, Perivale, and we had the Selborne Nature Reserve just the other side of the road from us. And my dad was in the management committee, so we had a key. And I always used to go around there and sit in a hive with a chap called Ken Crawford. He was ex-Navy, served during World War II as an officer, and I think it helped him cope with what he saw during World War II and active service. I mean, he used to sit with his flask of coffee and his sandwiches and take notes of everything you see with his binoculars. And I used to sit in there for hours with him. We always used to go on holiday to Somerset for 20 years, and we got to know the locals down there. And one of the chaps was the local butcher's boy, Graham Floyd. So we used to go deer stalking with him because he used to love taking photos. So we used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go up an old Robin line. I used to be in the back, my dad was in the front seat, and we used to go all the way up Poole Hill, all over the farmers' fields and stop. We used to go so far, but Graham knew how to stalk the deer properly. And he used to go on beyond us, and he's got some fantastic photos of deer, and I think that's really got me hooked into nature and photography. I've had 2 mental breakdowns. One was in the 90s and one was down in Dorset 2013, 2014. My last one down here, I was off work for 10 months and I was in St Anne's Psychiatric Hospital twice. And even when I came out, I still had problems. And it was my doctor suggested that she knew my love of nature and photography, and she just suggested that I set my iPhone for 5 minutes, go down to Bourneflower Gardens, take some photos, and when my timer went off, go back home and write in a diary what I saw and how I felt. And I used my diary as a way of knowing that I was getting better, because when you're going through something like that, it's just all darkness. But what really triggered it was I was walking down there one day and I heard a robin singing, and I just stood underneath it. And it kind of lit a light inside of me, and the fog of the depression gradually sort of like declined. And that's when I realised how important and how vital like nature and photography is for your mental well-being. That's why I've been trying to promote it ever since, to try and help people going through mental illness now. When I was going through my second mental breakdown, I had so many dark thoughts going through my head. You couldn't switch them off. The only time you could was when you was asleep. But then you wake up and it's there again. But what I found was when I was taking a photo and just being enveloped in green, the green, like anywhere, is just so calming. But then when you've put looking through a lens at the same time, you're focusing on that one moment in time. And it's actually giving your head some headspace. And you link that up, doing several, and it really helps. And what helped me as well was what I did when I was off, I set myself a time to get up in the morning. So it was like when you're going to work. But that is vital, because otherwise you can quite easily just lay in your bed all day. It's so easy to do that. It's harder actually to get out than stay in. And that's what I say to people now. Find yourself a passion, either photography or nature like myself, or swimming, drawing, painting, anything that you can focus on, and it helps concentrate your mind. Well, what I would say to people is don't get into the position I am now, or I was. Tell people how you're feeling. I didn't, and that's why I went further and further down. It's so vital to open up, because the problem shared is a problem halved, you know. But if you do end up like I am, please find yourself something, a passion to focus on, because that's what your doctor will say these days. Instead of just handing out you a prescription, they will try and find something that you're interested in doing. And fair enough, they will give you antidepressants, but they say, well, try this at the same time. It's like trying to alleviate it. Since I've been telling my story since 2019, I've reached out to so many people and they've been so helpful to me. I mean, I've had Levi Roots follow me since 2019 and he's given me some invaluable advice and some lovely personal tweets that I'll never share to anyone. It's just so encouraging. And he's mentioned me a couple of times on his colourful radio station. And one day I'd love to meet him. It's just trying to find the opportunity. He's so busy. And you've got other people like David Foster. He's Chris Packham's agent. He's given me some fantastic advice over the time. Gina Bradbury Fox, that's Julia Bradbury's sister and agent. Paul Martin from Flogger, and the list kind of goes on. I've got quite a following of celebrities on Twitter that it's so lovely that they're so sort of like far removed from me, but they understand and appreciate what I'm trying to do. One of my favourite photos that I've taken was a pony in the New Forest. It was taken November a couple of years ago. I got up there and it was just so misty. And the sun was starting to rise and I just happened to hit the right moment as the pony sort of like came into view. And if you look close, you can actually see sort of like the vapour coming out the pony's nose. Things like that are just magical moments in nature, and that's why I absolutely love being like places like the New Forest, RSPBR, and just in the countryside, because you never know what you're going to come across.